Hi, it's Claire from Access Adrenaline. I thought I'd introduce myself a little bit before getting into a bit more of a more serious and kind of upsetting topic concerning a certain theme park. I mean, it's probably in the title, so you know already. But yeah, I'm Claire. I'm 34, live in Nottingham. I've been friends with Johnny, the other half of AA, for 20-ish years, far too long. But yeah, I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user, which means that I can stand up and I can walk short distances, but I can't do long distances, which has meant that I've stayed away from theme parks for a very long time because of the lack of accessibility. And you know, they're big places and it's a lot to walk and it's a lot of energy and it's a lot of pain. So they've just sort of been off my radar for a long time. And I recently went to Disneyland Paris last year for Halloween, and it got that love back for theme parks, roller coasters, rides, the shows, everything. I'm more of a theme park thuzy than a specifically roller coaster thuzy, but I'm still in love with roller coasters. So, you know, that's me. That's me. Right, so before I begin, please excuse the mess. I'm currently mid-packing to hopefully move into a more accessible home soon, which would be fantastic. This place is not good. But yeah, I am going to be reading off my laptop, so I will be looking away a little bit. I'm just going to reel off a statement that I've written about the whole situation, and we'll go from there, I guess. So today I wanted to talk to you about Phantasialand in Germany. It's a park that, since finding out about it several years ago, I've been really excited about, and I've wanted to visit for absolutely ages because it looks incredible. You know, when me and Johnny were discussing doing a trip across Europe next spring or summer, it was my first suggestion. I really wanted to go. But sadly, I don't think I will ever get to visit now, as accessibility seems to be completely forgotten by them, even ignored. It's not just an afterthought. So trying to find accessibility information has been incredibly difficult. The website is so scarce about the subject. But looking under like guests with special needs, it looks like they're somewhat proactive, offering wheelchair rentals and giving information on like pathways through the park that are accessible. However, the information concerning the rides is just impossible. There's no information on the website at all, and the only downloadable brochure is in German. So unless you're proficient in German, it's so confusing. And Google Translate isn't always reliable. From what I could gather from the translation, I wouldn't be able to ride any of the larger rides or roller coasters, despite being ambulatory, and able to transfer from my wheelchair to the ride with minimal support. I found this hard to believe, as I've been to a few theme parks in my wheelchair and have not had this restriction at all. I decided to contact them directly via email, asking for further information, describing my disability and access needs. Well, it took them 2 weeks to respond to me, stating that since I can still walk, I should just use the regular queue and ride the rides that way, despite stating that I use a wheelchair due to back issues, pain in my legs and fatigue. They also stated that if I want to skip the queues, I can just pay for the quick passes. I responded with a few clarifying questions, like, are the regular queues accessible? No, they're too narrow for a wheelchair to go down, and many of them have steps. They just expect me to leave my rather expensive wheelchair unattended and force myself to stand up in a queue for however long the queue time is. They don't have any policy in place to accommodate the needs of disabled visitors. There's no passes, no wristbands, or not even a turn up at the exit and we'll get you on. I'm not even looking to skip the queue. I'm more than happy to be given a return time, so my party and I can still wait our turn, but wait elsewhere where I would be comfortable and not forced into a very painful situation. I've been told that I have to pay extra to be able to enjoy the park because of my disabilities. Is this not discrimination? So coming to the special needs entrance tickets, they're only €10 cheaper than the regular entrance tickets for Fantasia, despite users being pretty much unable to enjoy any of the rides. You also have to apply for these in advance. You can't just turn up and buy one, which creates yet another hurdle just to enjoy a day there. The cost to buy enough quick passes just for myself would be at least €70 a day. And that wouldn't even cover all of the rides that I would like to experience, like Fly. That looks incredible, but no. Some rides have no quick passes at all, and others are only available to hotel guests. One of which hotels I couldn't even stay in if I wanted to because there are no accessible rooms, only tiny cabins. If I were to get quick passes, then I'd at least have to buy a second set for my husband, who is my carer. So that's €140 between us. Then if anyone else in the party wants to ride together, they'd need them too. It starts looking very expensive for just one person's basic access needs. It's not feasible. It's not fair. It's ridiculous. So finding all of this out, I'm truly, honestly saddened by this situation, and I do feel completely unwelcome to visit Phantasialand. I mean, I would like to stay hopeful in thinking that in future they could improve accessibility around the queuing, whether it's widening the queue lanes to allow for a wheelchair user, or creating separate accessible entrances to rides, which include a ramp or a platform lift to avoid stairs. Even implementing an alternate queuing system, like a return time pass that can be used at the quick pass entrance when a certain amount of time has elapsed, or even virtual queues via an app would be something. So I really do not understand how in 2025 one of Germany's highest rated theme parks doesn't have these basics in place for disabled guests. It's incredibly disappointing, and a huge part of the population is being left out. It's not fair. I would like to stay hopeful, but also I don't see it happening at any point soon. I mean, Ruxburg and Fly, they're only a few years old and nothing was implemented at that point to make it accessible. I don't see them really making any effort at all. And It's sad. It really is. It's sad to see how people think we don't want to enjoy things. We don't deserve to enjoy things because we're disabled. And I want to change that. That's what this channel, this project, this everything is about. It's asking for change. Talk of the devil, there's Johnny. But yeah, it's like, it's hard to put into words how segregated the disabled community is still. And I do understand that a lot of it does come down to health and safety, but when other parks can make it happen, and like, I've been to a few different parks where it has been possible. I mean, going to Emerald Park recently, I've been to Disneyland Paris last year, I've been to Alton Towers a few years ago when before COVID and everything, and it was all possible then. So it's not just health and safety, it's just pure disregard. And I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna have to stop. So if you have any questions, if you want to send me a chat about anything, you can send it via YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, anything. You'll either hit me or Johnny and we'll pass you back and forth to whoever you want to talk to. So, you know, I just really wanted to share my disappointment in just how lacking the world is still.